right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to the beautiful Oceanside Transit Center to celebrate 50 years of North County Transit San Diego Railroad. I'm Sean Donaghy, I'm the Chief Executive Officer, and I'm honored to stand here before you and represent the agency on this historic occasion. Our team members do an amazing job of keeping North County moving, and I could not be prouder of our team. As you can see behind me and in front of me here, they work every day to put an incredible fleet of vehicles out serving our amazing communities. These vehicles look amazing, don't they? And we sure do love our employees, so can we get a huge round of applause for the best damn employees in public transit? Here at NCTD, we're guided by our North Star. Everything we do is centered around providing world-class customer experience with safety and security for our employees, our riders, and communities as top of mind. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to work done by our San Diego Sheriff's Transit Enforcement Unit, who are also here with us today. Quite frankly, they are the very best that I have ever worked with, and we are appreciative of all they give to this agency in conjunction with our security and code enforcement teams. Can we please give them a huge round of applause? Our continued focus remains on being good community partners and effective stewards of the communities we serve. And we couldn't do any of that work without our amazing employees taking center stage to move the nation's best communities right here in North County. When I first got to NCTD, my top priority was continuing to improve the experience that every person has with our agency, from employees to our riders to all of our community partners. Earlier this year, we celebrated the 30th anniversary of the beloved Coaster Rail service, and in late June of this year, we brought our bus operations and maintenance employees in-house. For the first time in our 50-year history, all of NCTD's transit operations and maintenance are directly managed, including bus, rail, facility maintenance, right-of-way, signals, and our administrative support teams. Can we get a huge round of applause for that? This was done with one goal in mind: direct oversight of all of our modes, working to ensure the highest levels of safety, comfort, and efficiency for our customers. This momentous 50th anniversary is far bigger than any one bus or any one train. Raise your hand if you're an employee, a former board member, a community member, or a rider that's ever used our service. That is what the 50th anniversary is about. It's about you. It's about every single employee who ever walked through the door of our agency, or every rider that ever stepped foot on our service, or every community service member who ever worked hard to advocate for this agency to further public transit right here in North County. So thank you. This was a major achievement in NCTD's history, and it's all about making the impossible possible. Our Deputy CEO, Lori Winfrey, has been a beacon of NCTD's mission and values, and is one of the most exemplary people that I have ever had the honor of serving with. She graciously reminds me that we need to walk in wisdom, which I'm sure for her is a full-time job to keep an eye on me, so. The very essence of this agency is built on the foundation of pride and passion for what our employees can do for our communities, and Lori represents the very best of us. I can't think of anyone better to talk about how far we've come than her.
Goodness, thank you so much. I have a script that I'm supposed to go by today, and I don't mean to create any kind of heart palpitations for our communication team. But I did want to say just a couple of things before I go into our prepared remarks, because they're also very important. For people who don't know me, my name is Lori Winfrey. I am the Deputy CEO and Chief General Counsel here at NCTD. I have been here and invested the last 13 years, nearly 13 years of my professional career here at NCTD. And as I was looking around at everyone today, friends and faces that I'm familiar with from the past, board members and employees, and also looking at the current and the future, I said to myself, everyone here is investing in NCTD. And I think that's so important to recognize, and especially, as Sean said, our employees, our frontline employees, critically important. We wouldn't be here without them. And so I just wanted to give a round of applause to all of our frontline employees and our administrative staff who makes it happen every day. And now back to regularly scheduled programming. For 50 years, NCTD has provided essential public transportation services to the North County region. We were established by the California legislature as the North County Transit Development Board in 1975. And no, I wasn't born then. We were constructed to plan and operate public transportation services in North San Diego County. At its inception, NCTD only provided local bus service. But the agency recognized through our board leadership and the region's leaders that there was a need to connect the North County to downtown San Diego. And that began the planning for what would later become the Coaster commuter rail service. Following the course of nearly a decade of planning and improvements to the existing freight tracks that were acquired in the mid-90s, NCTD pushed the Coaster project over the finish line and began passenger operations in 1995. Coaster was originally called Coast Rail Express, connecting riders with a front row seat to San Diego's best views. And anyone who's taken the Coaster, I think we can all attest to that, can't we? 30 years later, and we celebrated that a little earlier this year, the Coaster runs 30 daily trips Monday through Friday, with additional late night trips on Friday and after major events such as the Padres, the Comic-Con, and other events of that nature that we all enjoy here in San Diego County. In 1992, NCTD took another bold step and purchased the Escondido subdivision, which is our Sprinter line. NCTD had to rebuild the entire railroad in order to make it accommodate passenger rail service. It was only used for freight at that time. That line was originally constructed in 1888. The funding for this monumental project came from Transnet, which is our region's half-cent sales tax for transportation projects, and a full funding grant agreement from the Federal Transit Administration, who is represented here today. In 2008, the Sprinter began service, offering the first passenger train service along the Escondido Rail Corridor since 1946. And it remains NCTD's most successful service, one of NCTD's most successful services. And we're excited to continue to invest in Sprinter to improve efficiency and elevate the customer experience. In 2024, NCTD again launched a new service called NCTD Plus, offering on-demand microtransit in the city of San Marcos. We also have representatives here today from San Marcos. Following the success of this innovative service in San Marcos, we recently expanded that service to Vista in May of this year. The NCTD Plus provides short local trips within a specified service zone, complementing our existing fixed route services and providing connections to the hardest areas to reach in our region. From its founding in 1975 to today's multimodal network, NCTD's journey has been one of progress, partnership, and purpose. Over the decades, we have evolved with the needs of the communities that we operate in, building necessary infrastructure and investing in the latest technology and services that public transit has to offer. NCTD is proud of its accomplishments and excited to move forward with connecting people, places, and possibilities for the next 50 years and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Right here at North County Transit, we're lucky to have an amazing board of directors, past and present, that consistently have pointed us in the right direction. Our board chair, Priya Bhat Patel, has served on NCTD's board for 6 years and has been a consistent voice advocating for the great public transit in North County. We're also joined by our vice chair, Mike Sinella, and many of our other current and former board of directors here with us today. Can we give them a huge round of applause? Chair Bhat Patel helped us create a great vision for our agency and is here today to share the outlook for our next 50 years.
Well, good morning, everyone. We lucked out with the weather, didn't we? I feel like this is perfect for us to be out here and enjoying our coastal communities. My name is Priya Bhat Patel. I am the chair of North County Transit District, San Diego Railroad Board of Directors, and the mayor pro tem of the city of Carlsbad. And I'm just so thankful. I want to, before I get into my regularly scheduled comments as well, I just want to thank our employees. They put this all together. They are the backbone of what we do, and literally are the people that make service, you know, possible in our region. So I just want to thank them. If you could all give them a round of applause. And then, of course, thank you to our fellow board members, former, current, past, you know, in general, that I know we're making hard decisions, and I love that we're able to work together to make sure that we continue to move the agency forward in a way that really can continue to serve our communities. So I'm thankful for all of them as well. I can't believe that we're here with you all as we celebrate 50 years of NCTD in North County, San Diego. I've had the opportunity as a kid to see, you know, the coaster. So having the opportunity to ride it as a child and then now as an adult with my own children, it's truly a fun experience, being able to see it from the eyes of a child, but also from the eyes of my own kid. And so really excited to continue to see what we do. And as the chair of NCTD's board of directors, I am focused on the future, continuing to modernize our services, enhancing the rider experience, and expanding access across San Diego County. And as you heard Sean and Lori mention, we celebrate 50 years of NCTD, but we're also looking forward to the next 50 years. At NCTD, our top priority is to provide world-class transit services to our customers. Earlier this year, we placed new coaster cab and coach cars into service, improving the rider experience and enhancing safety. Organizationally, NCTD remains committed to operational efficiency, using our resources in the best interest of the community, and we are collaborating with our partners at the FTA and SANDAG, who you'll hear from soon, to complete the construction of 2 stations along the coaster corridor, which will end up serving many of our major regional events. And I know we love our major regional events, so we will be very excited about that, not only from a fun standpoint, but from an economic standpoint. These stations will provide seamless access to some of the most premier events in our region, including San Diego County Fair, Comic-Con, Padres, go Padres, concerts, and more. The board is also looking at all of our transit stations and seeing what improvements can be made to these stations so that we can make them more inviting for all of our clients. And of course, anybody, whether they're from here or visiting, we just want to make sure that you're having a good time when you're visiting any of our stations. We're improving wayfinding to make it easier for our customers to know which platform to go to or which bus stall their bus will be departing from. And in some cases, we're looking to redevelop some of our stations as well. The board has approved redevelopment of several of our coaster and sprinter stations, including right here at the Oceanside Transit Center, as well as other stations in Oceanside, Escondido, and Vista. These efforts will generate sustainable sources of revenue for NCTD to carry us into the future while providing expanded benefits to our riders and communities that we're a part of. NCTD is also continuing to advance project activities that will support the revitalization of the Sprinter hybrid rail service. And this year, I'm excited to announce that NCTD will redesign its Sprinter vehicles, the first of which is right behind me. The new Sprinter design will reinforce our commitment to continued enhancements of all of our services. So again, I want to thank you all for coming today to celebrate NCTD's 50th anniversary. We're looking forward to building on existing progress to best serve our communities. And with that, I'll bring Mr. Donaghy back up.
Thank you, Chair. I do think it would be important that we say, go Padres. Good luck in the playoffs. I look forward to continuing to work with you and the board as we enter a new era of NCTD. While we do a lot of great work, we never, ever do this alone, and we continue to forge new futures thanks to our partners at the federal level. We're very thankful to have with us today our administrator from FTA Region 9, Ray Tellis, and I would love for Ray to say a few words.
Thank you, Sean. Good morning, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure to be here this morning, and thank you for that kind introduction. It is a partnership. I'm honored to be here today in Oceanside to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the North County Transit District, NCTD, as you well know, and it's all over the place, and it's public transportation operations within the region. First, I want to acknowledge all of the community leaders that have supported NCTD over the 50 years, and certainly without this support, NCTD would not be the premium transportation provider in the county that it is today. I would especially like to thank the entire team at NCTD, the best employees in transit. Give yourselves a round of applause. Under the leadership of you, Sean, as the CEO, so that's quite remarkable. Thank you for all the work you've done to make today a reality. I'm here on behalf of the Department of Transportation to help celebrate this anniversary and reflect on what it means to this community, the cities around Oceanside and North San Diego County. We have a unique opportunity to celebrate today. Due to a long-term nature of transit operations, this administration is proud to continue the partnership with NCTD, notably the support of the Federal Transit Administration that I represent, and where it has provided for the numerous projects and operations that NCTD has undertaken with federal investments over the last 50 years. At DOT, we care a lot about connectivity. Transit is a shared circulatory system for our economy. It connects rural towns and big cities, creates opportunity, and drives growth. It gives all Americans the freedom to move, thrive, and succeed. NCTD is known for its diverse local, regional, and beyond operations that include their buses, which is Breeze, the light rail, Sprinter you heard about, commuter rail, Coaster you heard about, micro transit, and paratransit operations. So I would like again to congratulate you, Sean, you and your team, and Madam Chair, and others that have contributed to this wonderful event, but the milestone it represents, the 50th anniversary, and the incredible future your service will bring here going into the next 50 years. Thank you all.
Thank you, Administrator. I appreciate your words. Sort of in that same breath, you know, we work very closely hand in hand with SANDAG, and we're very appreciative of the continuous support that we receive from the MPO, our Metropolitan Planning Organization. And we are so lucky to have an incredible CEO, Mario Orso. As a regional partner, we're able to build the next 50 years together. And I got to tell you, one of the things I really appreciate about Mario is we can sit in a room and we can have very candid conversations about what we're trying to do from a regional perspective for not only public transit, but just how to better the communities. And I've always appreciated that partnership with him, and so I'd love for him to come up and say a few words.
Good morning to everybody, and thank you for the nice words. I want to also congratulate the entire North County Transit family, the people who work, the leaders who have been there and or are there in the board. I'm really thrilled to be here in Humboldt and representing the San Diego Association of Governments. This is an incredible milestone, and we've worked together a couple of decades, I think since the Consolidation Act, even more, where SANDAG has been providing support in many facets, let it be planning, let it be delivery, let it be financial pass-throughs, but it's always having that conversation. I think, you know, it's already been highlighted, you know, some of the partnerships that we have. Definitely the Sprinter was an incredible achievement that we will continue to support. The Lawson, we're almost 70% on double tracking that area. We're doing those special events platforms. We're really looking into the future. And that's where I want to focus today in this congratulations. It's congratulations for the past 50 years. But we would be naive if we don't understand that we're in the 21st century. In this 21st century, it's all about partnership, innovation. Innovation. You know, it's not doing business how we used to do it. It's looking at how we can be better, build upon the good things from the past, and come up with those innovative ideas, those innovative technologies. Administrator mentioned, you know, all the different services they're provided, right? It's rail, it's the transit bus, it's microtransit, it's specialized transportations those who need it. So I am humbled to be here, but I'm also here saying, here's the hand of my agency to go and move together for the next 50 years in incredible partnerships. Congratulations. And well, I don't think I'll be here for the next 50th anniversary, but I really, somebody from Sandak will, because it will be a great partnership and we will have even a better NTS with more services and more coverage and more frequency. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario. You've heard from current leadership and team in the region, but I think I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize those who got us to the 50-year milestone. Public transit, while there are thousands of agencies between the United States and Canada, is a small community, and you get to know people pretty close, and you get to know your counterparts in the field when you work at other agencies. And I'm proud to be able to stand here today and call my predecessor, Matt Tucker, a friend. When I think when people in our industry look to move to other agencies, they look at how it was built and the foundation that was put upon it. And I was always proud to walk in the door behind Matt to really sort of continue the work that he did. The groundwork for so many major initiatives that we're thankful for today. And I really, just to show our appreciation, Chair Bob Patel and I would like to present you with a plaque honoring your service to NCTD and recognizing the integral part that you played over the past 50 years. And we would also like to take the opportunity to thank all of our previous executive directors that served as well. Karen King, who helped us with the Sprinter line, and those before her who did an amazing job. And while they couldn't be with us today, we got plaques for them as well that we're going to send out. We're just always very appreciative of the work that they've done, and we're very, while we're looking toward the future, it's always important to know where our legacy came from. And so Matt, if you don't mind coming up.
All right, good morning, everybody. I got to get the crowd going. Good morning, everybody. All right, okay. I'm coming from the East Coast, so I'm wide awake, ready to go. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, board. Thank you, employees. You know, as I was reflecting upon this wonderful invitation, one word just came to mind for me was just the word gratitude. You know, this industry, you know, you have the highs and lows. Not every day is the best day of your life, and there's some pretty challenging days that come along with doing what we do. But overall, my perspective is one of gratitude. I think a lot about the employees. I know when I came in, it was a period of significant change in terms of managing our budget, and we had to make a lot of tough decisions. Our employees, our labor partners kept the faith and moved us into a position that Sean was able to realize the dream of bringing all of those services back in-house. I also have a lot of gratitude towards our board. We had a lot of things to wrestle with. And you know, the collaboration between that board that evolved politically over time, but there was a consistency in how we did business. We always were focused in on getting to the best answer. And I very much appreciated that approach, the fact that we had this strong teaming partnership. I appreciate it and have a lot of gratitude towards a lot of employees that I work closely with. I think Lori told a little fib about her not being born when the Coaster started, but I'll just leave that where it is. But whether it be Lori, Tracy, tons of employees that have made meaningful impacts. And so I'll just wrap it up. You know, I'm in this new role as HDR's Global Transit Market Sector Director. And I talk to people a lot about the fact that this job did so much to prepare me for that job. And that while there were the highs and lows, I just have a ton of gratitude for those highs and lows, because it puts me in a position today to be able to understand how I can make an impact that positively continues to make public transportation great. So thank you for the invitation, and appreciate the applause.
Thank you, Matt. The one thing that I think Matt touched upon, and we've talked about it before, is we've had the pleasure of working with the best board of directors, I think, in North County, who remain committed to providing the best service possible for our region, both past and present. I'd like to invite all the current former board members who are here to come up and celebrate and get a photo of the former and current board members. And then we'll also do the same with our local